Okay, I'm starting the debate from New York. We have Ravi Batra, and with me here in the studio is Shalabh Kumar. Now, Shalabh Kumar is a billionaire. He's chairman of AVG Advanced Technologies. And to introduce Shalabh Kumar, he has emerged as the single biggest Indian contributor and one of the biggest financial contributors, donors for the Donald Trump campaign. He's given about $1 million already to the Donald Trump campaign. He's wired the money. He's constantly adding on to that, Ravi, by putting in money not just in his name, he's wiring money in his wife's name as well. He says, I'm very impressed with Donald Trump, and he's actually trying to rally political support. He says Indians in America have voted more towards the Democratic Party, which I think Ravi also backs. He says that's a problem. He says you can't trust, I'll let him say the rest. He says you can't trust Hillary Clinton, etc., etc. Shalabh, also taking you on the debate, is Ray Locker of USA Today and Tyke Berry, who's an activist with Code Pink. Gentlemen, feel free to come in. This is the Trump debate. I'm going to start by asking Shalabh Kumar to explain his position on, I mean, you must have a lot of money. Shelly, you can start the debate. Ravi, you can take it on forward. Explain your position.
Okay, Arnab, first of all, let me tell you and the viewers, I'm not a billionaire, so it's not a question of just wasting my money, but India is my Janam Bhumi, and America is my Karam Bhumi. I am a U.S. citizen. I am as concerned about the United States as I am concerned about India, and of course the U.S.-India relationship. In terms of support for U.S.-India relationship, there is not even a question. It's far from even debating the question of what the relationship between India and U.S. will be under Hillary or under Donald Trump. As you would know, I led the delegation to end the isolation of then Chief Minister Modi in March of 2013. And that time, President of the United States is Obama. The U.S. government was not even allowed to actually visit.
Explain your position. You're explaining.
I'm explaining the position.
Ravi wants to come into the debate. Ravi, go on. Ravi, yeah, go on. Yeah. Ravi, okay. Go on. Yeah.
Thank you. The question being posed to your viewers is a false question. The relationship between the United States and India is going to be stronger every single day to a level that nobody can imagine. It doesn't matter who occupies the White House, and it doesn't matter who India elects as Prime Minister. The people of India and the people of the United States have the same work ethic. We believe in secularism. We believe that merit counts. We believe that we should enhance peace and security in the world. We all believe that terror is bad. It must be killed and its roots pulled out. So the central values of the people of India and the people of the United States are the same. Now, this question, by the way, I'm very happy that there is somebody supporting Trump, because we are a two-party system and our voice should be heard in both parties. But the fact remains that no matter who wins this election, White House, the State Department, and Congress, but more importantly, the American people love everyday, hardworking Indians. What they don't want is unfair trade. What they don't want, neither a friend or an enemy, to cheat us when we do business around the world. What they don't want is unfair level field. Okay? We don't go out and make war Ravi, take over another country.
Ravi,
we go out and defend. We protect.
Ravi, we have a large Muslim population. Tell me, Shelly, Indian Muslims in large numbers visit the United States. You're supporting a man who's not going to allow that.
That is, by the way, is incorrect.
No, how is it not correct? Has he told you?
That's not possible.
No, what has he told you?
No,
that is not correct.
What has he told you?
That is not correct. You see,
No, one second. What has he? No, did he or did he not say that there should be a ban on Muslims entering the United States? He has said that clearly. Did he tell you I will make an exception for Indian Muslims?
No.
Just a minute, please.
In fact, this was in the context of Syrian refugees.
No.
It was on the. You see,
has he told you? Has he qualified that by saying I will allow Indian Muslims an exception?
Absolutely.
That is absolutely
One second. Ray is taking you on. Ray, go ahead.
He did not say that in the context of refugees. He said that in the context of anybody.
There is no such ban.
And by the way, it's essentially meaningless because it would never be instituted. He said that in the context of any Muslim from anywhere. Perfect. Then he tried to clarify it by saying, well, only in countries where there is terrorism involved, which would then India would qualify solely based on Mumbai alone. And then he could add anything else about that. So no, it wasn't about refugees. It was about people. Period. Muslims. Period.
Actually,
we have a Muslim American.
This is the problem with
Indian Muslim American reporter at USA Today who wrote a column about this and how this would affect his whole family, and it would be detrimental. It's detrimental to the trade relationships in the United States.
No, we have 180 million Muslims. No. My question is,
when a presidential candidate says it.
No. One second. Ty Berry is also taking you on. Ty, go ahead. Yeah, Ty.
Well, I find fault with both candidates personally. I supported Bernie Sanders in the election. I think that you see 15 years of unending war in Afghanistan. You see the continuing wars going on and we have military personnel in Iraq. We are continuously bombing in Libya now once again. We destabilized South Asia. We've destabilized North Africa. And now we're sticking our dirty dollar fingers into Asia. And I find it very troubling that both of these candidates are not questioned on what they're going to do about the situation of the longest war in American history in Afghanistan, the fact that we've destabilized a country of Libya under Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, and what we're going to do about Iraq.
These are very big questions. Gentlemen, it's 3 versus 1. It's 3 versus 1. Shelley wants to fight you back, and I think he should. The question here is simple. Shelley, who is one of the biggest donors to the Trump campaign and has stood out, in fact, he's being reported all over the media about the kind of money that he's giving in. Some people have called the kind of money that you've given Trump.
And we find that troubling, to be honest.
They say that Shalabh Kumar, the Chicago-based Indian-American industrialist, one of the biggest donors for the Trump campaign, owner of an electronics manufacturing company, and the founder of the Republican Hindu Coalition, is giving a maddening amount of money to Trump. And hence we are asking him, since he is giving a maddening amount of money to Trump, the people of India are asking you, and your panelists are asking you, you need to explain. You see, there are 180 million Muslims in India. 180 million Muslims in India. How can we expect to have a close relationship if America is led by Donald Trump? Because Donald Trump wants to implement a database system tracking Muslims in the United States. He wants to track every Muslim walking, entering, give him a code and track him almost as if he was a felon. So you need to tell us, Shelley, why would you expect a person like Donald Trump to have a good relationship with India when he's basically saying he's building an iron curtain against 180 million Indian Muslims? Okay, Shelley, please respond.
Okay,
Arnab, if I may. Yeah, please. One second. Ravi, let's give him an opportunity to respond. Yeah.
First of all, let me clarify. This should be really a fact-based debate. First of all, just the fact where one of the participants here talked about war in Afghanistan. There is no question we talked about that we are wasting a lot of money, and U.S. involvement in Afghanistan and then Iraq was unnecessary. Donald Trump, as a bunnessman at that time, took the position. He actually did not support the move at that time. Hillary Clinton, and even George Bush, of course, they went to Iraq, and Donald Trump opposed it. So I just want to clarify that.
No. From the Indian context, every Indian Muslim entering the United States will be profiled under a Trump administration.
That is not correct. That is
One second. Ravi, 1 second. Yes, Shelley?
No, that is not correct.
What's not correct? What is not correct?
There is no policy statement from Trump campaign.
There is a statement. There is a statement from Trump.
Newt Gingrich
it doesn't matter about the campaign. He
most
said
senior advisor to
Not only that is, we were
Donald
on the
Trump.
streets
He has
in
never made a statement like this.
Gentlemen, one at a time. I know all three of you are having a go at Shelley. One at a time.
And I didn't hear one thing from Donald Trump.
Yeah.
In 2002, 2003, I never heard anything from Donald Trump that he was going to get out in the streets and complain about the government attacking Iraq, destabilizing Afghanistan, destabilizing Pakistan, making the whole region into a problem that has gone on for 15 years. And I'm not worried about the money so much as I am the lives that were lost. American lives, Afghani lives, Pakistani lives, Pakistani military lives, Iraqi lives. Millions of people have died because of a war of choice.
Taik, can I please? Shelley is hearing you from Delhi. If you were to, one second. I understand your position. If I were to ask you, Taik, what is the one reason you would tell Shelley he should not be funding Trump? What would that be? As an Indian industrialist in America, what is the one reason you'd say he's making a mistake by backing Trump? Let us bring it down to the one single issue. Taik.
Well, I believe the fact that Donald Trump has spoken about Muslims in the United States and outside the United States in pejorative ways. And the fact of the matter is the United States has created this conflict in the Islamic world, and it's rebounded into India. We need to. We see that the election of Prime Minister Modi was very troubling for the United States president. We see that there is a lot of racism towards people of Islamic faith, and we need to quell that. We need to bring this back down to a fact base, as you were talking about.
Shelley, respond.
About what needs to happen.
Shelley, respond. Shelley, respond. Let's give Shelley's turn. Shelley, please. Shelley and Ravi Batra after that. Shelley, please. Yeah.
Okay. The problem here is we are taking a statement out of context. I met the gentleman. I met him for 45 minutes. I had a heart-to-heart talk with him. You just watch RNC. Why would Muslims be participating in his nomination process? There were Muslims in the RNC presidential nomination. So this entire thing, which is blown out of proportion. Now, I will say that
what is blown out of proportion?
That the fact that he will just ban all Muslims from entering.
That's what he said. No, did he say that?
That is not. This is in a different context.
What different context?
Because what you cannot take one paragraph out of a whole speech.
Give it a break.
And then
Ravi is countering you. Shelley, Ravi. Yeah.
Okay. What Ty is saying is not America at all. This is America bashing on foreign soil and on foreign airwaves, and I reject it completely. Everybody's entitled to an opinion. That's the First Amendment. But that does not mean that that's statecraft. The fact of the matter is, the United States has kept peace and security around the world for over 70 years with a great deal of blood spent.
So you call Iraq, you call Afghanistan, you call what's going on in Pakistan, you call that all peace. In Yemen, what's going on there?
Excuse me. Okay. Ty, give it a break. Now, the fact is, it's because of the United States that the entire world economy has gone up. Everybody's living standard has gone up around the world. Okay. No, I'm not.
I think you're deceiving yourself. You don't have to take that responsibility anymore. Ravi, listen. Ravi, listen. Ravi, listen. I know that you feel. Ravi, listen.
One second.
With respect.
No, you gotta let me finish the point.
Okay, complete the point. No, but you need to understand here, Ravi.
First of all, Muslims are welcome in the United States.
Ravi, listen. Don't carry the burden on you of the entire world anymore.
No.
The world doesn't need you. 1 second. Ravi, listen.
No,
Ravi, you hold on. One
You're
second,
wrong.
Ravi, you hold
Arnab,
on.
you're wrong.
No. We are looking out for. No, Ravi, you hold on out there. You can't preface this by saying that we have the responsibility of the world. The global economy has gone up because of us. You are fine because of us. Global security and peace because of us.
I've said
you
need to done it. I didn't say we have
you
the
need to look within.
responsibility. I said we have
No, you
done
have a
it.
problem.
Now,
No, you have a problem.
India has joined us in the Pacific and in the Indian Ocean. Most welcome.
No, I'm sorry.
We need India.
I'm sorry.
So that's not the point.
I'm sorry. We are only doing what is good from our strategic point of view.
Opinion making.
Ravi, let's bring the subject back to the.
Okay?
Let's bring the subject back.
So let's bring the subject back. Muslims are welcome in the United States.
Can I respond to the fact that I was called un-American?
Captain Khan, I did not call you un-American, but if you keep going this way, you will. So, the point is, just because you have an opinion doesn't make you speak for America. Okay? Everybody's got an opinion. And the fact that you are on a megaphone of Arnab Goswami's Times Now,
I do.
Whatever he's stating there, I agree with him.
That's why I reject it.
We are all in agreement.
The fact that Shelley is supporting Trump, I like that because we have a two-party system. We should have a robust election. We are having it, okay? We're having it. The fact that the American exceptionalism is not just because of Jefferson's Declaration or our Constitution, although that is our framework and that is our roots. But it's every American who believes in those two documents. That's why we're exceptional.
Ravi, 1 second. Problem is you Americans, with respect to you, great respect to you. Americans should stop carrying the burden of the entire world on their shoulders. We are happy enough to carry our own burden.
Trump has said that publicly, on television, in newspaper articles, multiple places, multiple versions of what he wants to do with Muslims coming to the United States or Muslims already in the United States. He wants to monitor mosques. He wants to put spies in mosques. He wants to keep Muslims from the United States. All Muslims.
You agree with
maybe just Muslims
you agree with what?
Countries.
1 second.
Okay. He changes all the time.
Ray, 1 second. Now this is controversial. 1 second. Ray, Shelley says he agrees with the idea of putting spies in mosques.
Absolutely.
He agrees with that.
I will agree with that.
Why would you say
Rich will agree
first
that?
of all,
I will tell you why I will.
That's not American.
Just a minute.
It's against the law.
Well, I will agree
That's
with
against
that.
Why
U.S.
would we
law.
not put spies everywhere?
Because
we should put spies
one at a time,
everywhere.
gentlemen. One at a time. Okay, I think we should get. I think first we should let Shelley explain on this position.
His friend Brutus.
Let Shelley explain.
Okay, we should have
what the process will be.
No, 1 second.
Can I answer?
No, should we let Shelley complete
Julius
this point?
Caesar was stabbed by Brutus, his friend.
May I answer the question that one of the speakers brought up about the largest source of terrorism in the United States?
Let Shelley explain his position. He says he agrees with the idea of putting spies in mosques, not in Hindu temples, not in gurudwaras.
That's very inflammatory. But that's inflammatory.
Okay.
So this is not the way to run a country, nor to explain how our country functions.
Yeah, but can you?
Okay, let me explain to you.
Go ahead.
Okay? If I would get an opportunity.
Yeah, please go on, Shelley.
It's okay. So essentially, our security agencies, NSA, and our other security agencies, they get the chatter. They track down the chatter on the internet where the terrorist activity is being planned. Right now,
everybody who goes to a mosque is a terrorist?
No, but everybody, when it is, let's say, our national security agency points to a particular mosque for this activity, the process will be, United States operates under a very disciplined third part of the government, that's your judiciary. So you go to a judge, you show them that this is what is going on in this,
you know about the
and
FEC
then
court?
you are allowed to monitor the mosque.
No, Ravi.
That's what Newt Gingrich has proposed. By the way, that is not what Trump has proposed, but I would take that as Newt Gingrich's proposal, who is his most senior advisor.
Ravi is taking you on. Ravi, respond.
Yeah. The Patriot Act, the goal is laudable and wonderful. The mechanisms need a lot of fine-tuning, and so and this is not really the venue to discuss this, but the fact is we are charged to defend the United States against enemies foreign and domestic. And not everybody who attacks us is a foreigner. They're also domestic enemies. So our intelligence agencies do not discriminate. They just want to know, are you a friend or a foe? If you're a foe, the hell to you, we're going to get you to hell sooner. That's all. We are charged with defending the public safety of these United States, period.
Shelley.
And it's not just the Muslims. If you're a good Muslim and you're a Gold Star family and you were born in Pakistan, welcome. If you're born in India or Indonesia or Egypt or Tunisia or Libya, welcome. That's not the problem. If you have bad intentions against the people of the United States,
agree with Ravi.
No,
I agree with Ravi.
No, it's not a profile
if you
issue.
Profile that. This is
we had
totally
Timothy
acceptable.
McVeigh
But you see,
in
what is
Oklahoma
happening
bombing.
here-
It's okay.
No, one second. Yeah.
So
Okay, what
it's
is
simply
happening
about
here
defending the
is
United
what
States from
the
enemies foreign and
Republican
domestic.
Party, essentially, excuse me, Ravi, what the Republican Party, what Newt Gingrich, what Steve Yates, what the Foreign Policy Advisor team, what Indian American Advisory Council to Trump, what we are talking about is looking at the elephant in the room, which nobody wants to talk about. The elephant in the room
mean the
is
GOP elephant?
that the lot of terrorist activities that in the United States, like for example, the Abu Nidal, who shot the military officer who shot so many people, where that activity was. That activity could have been stopped where our intelligence knew that he is listening to jihad in the mosque. They knew that. But under current American law, they could not go and stop that activity. If otherwise...
I think you're playing to the gallery.
No, if there are...
Shelley, I think you're playing to the gallery.
True.
One second.
It's not true.
One second.
Ray,
Ray Locker. Ray Locker, please. Ray Locker from Washington. Ray, go on. Yeah.
It's not Abu Nidal. It was Nidal Hassan, a major in the U.S.
That's
Army.
right, Nidal.
He
Sorry
was
about
communicating
that.
online through email with Anwar al-Awlaki, the U.S. Yemeni cleric who was in Yemen at the time. Yes, and that was picked up. That's totally different than spying on the activities of people inside a mosque. And so what Shelley was talking about in terms of monitoring those communications, that's totally legitimate. United States to a foreign country, plotting possible terrorism. And that was a major intelligence failure because they did not connect the dots that they had right in front of them. That's totally different than going into a mosque and monitoring what people are saying. Nidal Hassan did not get those ideas inside a mosque. He got them from other places. And so you can't use that example to somehow excuse spying on people inside a place of worship. Because where do you stop?
Ray,
you go into Orthodox Christian churches to monitor Armenians who might not like Turks.
Ray, I'm trying to establish here because the point that Shalabh Kumar is trying to make, he's basically saying to the Indian government, to the Indian political parties that look here, the person who I'm funding, Donald Trump, is going to be very good for India because he's going to take on Pakistan. That is at least the dream that he's putting forward. That's the picture he's putting. Like 1 minute, Ravi, Ravi, let me complete. Now I want to know
It's not about
why
Pakistan.
he thinks so.
Well,
One second. Ravi, you buy that line? Ravi, you buy that line that Trump will take on Pakistan, will be more, strategically
Absolutely
closer
not.
to India?
I do not.
Yeah, why don't you?
Not.
Why don't you?
I do
And then
not.
Shelley can respond. Yeah.
Very simply.
Ravi goes first.
Very simply, because very simply, if we can figure out as a matter of statecraft how to get the Pakistani military to be involved in the peacemaking process and profit from the peace, we will have peace. Okay, the problem is civilian government in Pakistan has a devil of a time trying to enhance peace with India. And it's a simple fact. So when Modi went and held his hand with Nawaz Sharif, that spoke volumes. So the political leadership wants to go in enhancing peace. But to enhance security, you got to get the military involved. And the military in Pakistan has a long history of itself defending the sovereignty of Pakistan because the civilian governments were not able to. So that is the facts on the ground. as far as the United States is concerned, we don't want Pakistan and India fighting. We want them to be friends. My personal desire is to see a European Union type of setup in SAARC.
No, that's never going to happen.
Okay?
One second, Ravi.
So,
Shelley,
Shelley
is responding to you, Ravi.
Whether it happens,
Ravi,
the
one
only
second,
thing I
Shelley.
respond to Ravi is, Ravi, in most respects, what you're talking about is almost all respects what we are talking about. I'm glad I'm talking to you. I don't know you personally there, but I agree with you. Mostly what we are talking about is I agree with you. From my standpoint, from our standpoint, from Trump's standpoint, if India and Pakistan were to live very peacefully, okay, like neighbors, and not have the violence coming out of
as brothers.
Pakistan. And by the way, I will also tell you that you will be surprised to hear that statement. I think probably in the last 10 years or so, Pakistan has made progress.
No, but when you've spoken,
Nawaz Sharif is and actually has made progress towards that.
When you spoke to Trump, did you ever discuss Pakistan? Did the conversation ever come up in your interactions, etc.? What convinces? What did he say?
Did you ever explain to him that Pakistan
gentlemen, let's hear from. What did he tell you about? What did he tell you of India and Pakistan? The context of Pakistan. What did he tell you?
Okay. First of all, with respect to India, he said his remarks were India has not been an aggressor anytime.
Yeah.
It's a very peaceful nation.
Yeah.
The current prime minister is for development, which the whole world wants, irrespective of race, religion, color, whatever. So that is, he's very happy to hear that. He's got actually investments in India. He has visited India. So
no, what about Pakistan? What did he tell you? Are you just? Is this just your expectation? Is this your expectation that he'll take on Pakistan? Did he say something concrete?
No, I'm talking about concrete as to what the conversation with Donald Trump was. Okay, I'm talking about India, and he did point out problems with Pakistan. That is all known problems, so it's not that there is anything specific. I don't want to really reveal what is all in the in sort of
what did it suggest?
Shadow cabinet.
No, you don't have to give us exactly what he said in words, chapter words.
Sure, for example, he's on record saying that the gentleman who is behind bars right now, Al-Fridi, who's the one who led to Osama bin Laden, that should be, he doesn't quite understand why Pakistan does not free him, and why don't they decorate him. That's a statement he made. Of course, he
told you that.
Yes, he also talked about the fact that there is somewhat of a problem, a nuclear arsenal problem with Pakistan, which for the world peace, he needs to see that is
it's a concern,
somehow managed.
Not a problem.
No. Is that something which you is this your expectation, or concretely what he said to you?
It's conversation.
It's conversation.
Yes.
In your conversation with him, he said that he. No, one second. Are we seeking a reassurance? Are you here? Are you convinced? Because the problem is you're giving him a lot of money. He'll say anything that you want. We want to hear.
You see,
he may just be pleasing you.
Look. It's not. I mean, he's got a lot of money. It's been talked about that it's a lot of money. That I'm giving him a lot of money just because. First of all, I do want to tell you as to why I decided to go at that level I did and give him that money. I think
why did you?
RHC, Republican Hindu Coalition, myself, I'm born to a freedom fighter. And like I said, India is my Janam Bhumi and America is my Karam Bhumi. I'm an American citizen. My dream is to see that the United States and India in 21st century are the closest allies. And for that, I will do anything.
No, you're saying the only man, the one second. Shelley, listen.
I see it very clearly.
Shelley, listen. This all sounds very...
Let me finish. I see it very clearly that under a Donald Trump presidency, India and U.S. relationship, and by the way, I can quote that as well, he has said this to me directly, that relationship will take a significant turn to the positive.
Anyone say that? If a Mexican were to give him a lot of money, he'd say, well, I have a relationship with Mexico, will take a turn.
I don't think so.
No.
He will refuse.
If a Portuguese were to give him money, he'd say a relationship with Portugal will take a turn. One second, Ray.
I agree. I do not agree with that.
No, 1 second. Ray, do you think Shelley is taking Donald Trump too much at face value? 1 second, Ray.
Yes, I do. I think if somebody gave me as much money as Shelley is giving Donald Trump, I would tell him anything he wanted to hear in hopes of maybe I could get more. I think that's politics.
Wait.
But I don't question his sincerity. I don't question Shelley's sincerity in this at all. I think what he wants is what most people in the United States want. It goes back to what Ravi said earlier. The relationship between the two countries, regardless of who is president, unless somebody goes off drastically in favor of Pakistan, which is not going to happen, is only going to get better. We see that every day. We see that in popular culture as more and more Indian Americans have prominent roles in TV shows, in public. They are accepted as, very valued members of the United States community.
As well as Muslim Americans.
Right. And the economic ties only get deeper. We've seen that in the last few years with the Modi government. The number of times he comes to Washington, meets with Obama, things that you see in Silicon Valley, New York, etc. I mean, the ties are there. They're enduring. They're getting stronger, particularly vis-a-vis, India and China. It goes to India's advantage. So I think we're seeing more of that. It's only going to get better.
But can I add something to that statement?
Having said that, Ray, having said that,
yes,
we are going to look at what's good for us.
Before you move on,
yeah,
that's fine. I just want to say to you, I am tickled pink that Pandit Nehru's speech, Try Us with Destiny, on August 14, 1947, is reaching its full potential with Prime Minister Modi having come to the United States as often as he has. And I hope the future prime ministers, whenever Prime Minister Modi decides to give up his prime ministership, but whenever India has whoever they pick, this is going to get stronger and stronger. The destiny of India was always to be America's best friend. The special relationship we have with
one
England.
second, Ravi. Ravi, listen. Ravi, listen. Ravi, listen. Now, I am tickled. I'm tickled also.
No, hold on.
Listen. I'm tickled. Listen, Ravi. Ravi, listen. Ravi, listen. Come on.
We deserve it with India more.
I know you're a very vocal New Yorker, but listen to me also.
Thank you, Ravi.
Listen to me also. I'm tickled pink, tickled red, tickled crimson, in fact, if I may say so, with what you're saying. Oh, we Americans have always wanted to be your best friends. Ravi, Americans are businessmen.
I'm happy to be your best friend.
American interest.
I'm happy to be your best friend.
No, one second, Ravi. Listen. You had it with the Pakistanis. You don't have a choice. You try to exit. You're caught in the bind.
Not true.
No, 1 second. Now let me tell you why it's true. Now let me be factual.
That was a Cold War.
Come on. Now let me tell you 1 second. Listen.
I agree with that too.
No,
that was Cold War.
Now listen, 4 Americans don't team up against me. The fact is here. Let's take an example.
That's about time, Arnab.
No.
We're going to keep you honest.
Example.
We're going to keep you honest.
Ravi, sun lo. Ravi, listen to me. Ravi, come on, listen to me. Let us take an example of Hillary Clinton's foreign policy. My problem also is with people like Ray Locker and all who support Hillary. You see, I'm making that assumption, by the way. I'm sure you seem to support Hillary over
I'm a journalist,
Donald Trump anyway. No, I know, but you obviously support. You'd say out of the two, you obviously support Hillary over Trump. That's quite self-evident. Now, my point is, when Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State between 2008 and 2012. She says these Pakistanis, they keep snakes in their backyard. At the same year, she went on to say, no, we must keep giving Pakistanis a lot of money. That is a double game. As a Secretary of State, she agreed to a $500 million deal with Pakistan. No, so listen, Ravi.
Using Pakistan as a security force in their fight against Taliban.
No.
The United States needs to leave Pakistan. Yeah, the other day when the United States, when the U.S. military decided to not give Pakistan more military money, that was a good decision.
No, 1 sec. Taig, if you look at it, Hillary Clinton.
I disagree with that, by the way. That's a bad decision.
In Pakistan is cheap.
It's a bad decision.
It's cheap.
No, Taig.
To give $500 million.
I think the problem many people in India will have with Hillary Clinton is her own checkered record vis-a-vis Pakistan. May I please explain this to you? Hillary Clinton in 2002, as you are aware, backed the vote to go to war in Iraq, which was a horrible decision that not just resulted in the Al-Qaeda starting a counter movement there, but something that eventually resulted in the creation and the rise of the Islamic State. So she gives a lot of money to Pakistan.
She also backed the dictator general Musharraf.
That is true.
Let's get clear on that.
Yeah, she backed Musharraf. Her actions led to the creation of the Islamic State.
In the right place.
No, so how do we trust her? Okay. How do we trust her over Donald Trump? Many Indians will say,
add something to that?
Sane. She is sane.
Can I add something to that, Arnab?
She is sane. She's mature. She's mature. Her hand on the ship of state rudder is steady.
Ravi, come on. That's such
2 years ago.
Come on, Ravi.
Come on.
Yeah, Ravi. Okay, I wasn't born yesterday. I wasn't born yesterday. Come on.
Disrupting is fine. Disrupting is fine. But
Ravi, don't get emotional about this.
Disrupting is fine to get in. No, I'm not.
Ravi,
I'm not being emotional. I'm being very calm.
The thing is,
disrupting is fine to get elected. It's not okay to govern.
Ravi, one second.
That's a different issue. Different issue.
No, from our perspective, we have a problem of trust vis-a-vis Hillary Clinton. We don't trust her enough given her record. And Shelley wants to add something to that.
I understand. That's why we have Trump. That's why we have Trump. And believe me,
but listen to Shelley. We are only concerned about what's good for us. We don't care about your Trump versus Hillary problem. We want to know what's good for us.
No.
1 second.
Shelley's saying something. America's good for India. America's good for India. America's good for India. It doesn't matter.
You guys raised
an issue. Respond to him directly.
America's good for India.
You raised an issue. You guys are saying that, okay, Trump can say anything he wants to me to please me because I'm a big donor to him. Okay, first of all, I disagree with that. He will never
because you're a nice guy.
He will not take.
Shelley,
he will not tell anybody who is, let's say, a Mexican American that he will not put the wall because he's getting a donation from a Mexican American and just take it to the bank. It's not going to happen.
I don't accept that. I don't accept that.
I will tell you that this, with respect to Hillary's future, with the relationship with India as well as the relationship with Pakistan. There is a report out there which the Russian Secret Service or their security agency found out, tracked that.
Which is what? Shelley, come to the point.
Okay.
Shelley, come to the point. Listen, on the Newshour, we don't mince our words. Okay. You might as well say it as it is. Yeah, don't give me a long preface. Go on.
She took $500,000. It's an FEC record from a gentleman named Muhammad Tahir Javed, who is well established, proven by Jefferson County where he was prosecuted in Alabama.
Come to the point.
He is an ISI Lashkar operative.
Now what are you saying? You're saying Hillary Clinton took money from a Lashkar operative?
Then he'll be arrested, right?
Then he'll be arrested.
She got put in by Putin on a terror watch list. She is being called by Putin because there is not political correctiveness in Russia. So they could say what is the truth. The truth is that is what, if you take money from terrorists, you are a terrorist. So that's what the conclusion of Russia was.
Hold on 1 second. Ravi wants to take you on. Shelley,
that kind of statement works in living rooms.
There he is.
That kind of statement works in living rooms. It does not work in the back room of statecraft, where the job of every leader of every country is to protect public safety.
Well, come on.
And sometimes
if you are taking money from Saudi Arabia, if Clinton Foundation is taking money from Saudi Arabia, all the Middle Eastern countries, if you are taking money from Lashkar operatives, if you are taking money from ISI operators, known people, what do you expect? I mean, it's only natural. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's not hide in statecraft and this over there. And that is one thing which is great about Donald Trump. He is not a traditional politician who is going to just say things to make you happy.
He's in the kindergarten of statecraft.
I disagree.
He's never been in one.
It doesn't matter. What I'll tell you what exactly the same thing was being said in 1980 about another one of great Americans, Ronald Reagan. Everybody called him a dumb actor. If you remember, 1980, he was called a dumb actor. He will destroy the world. Now, even Democrats agree that he was one of the greatest presidents.
Not true. It's not true. It's not true. Ronald Reagan was a governor of the great state of California.
I don't want to really debate
Not
here.
true.
Democrats
Go on, Shelley, come on.
But essentially, the
Trump
liberal
has
media,
run
the
nothing.
left-wing media,
Trump has run
they
nothing.
called Ronald Reagan a dumb actor. That he will start with his Star Wars initiative, he will destroy, he will have Third World War, there will be a nuclear war, and everything will be destroyed. The whole civilization will be destroyed. That's what they called
Ronald
him.
Reagan,
Look what
Ronald
he
Reagan
did
was one of
with
our
his
great
foreign
presidents.
policy.
But
in
even he
7
wasn't
years,
perfect. What's the point?
25 million new jobs, end of recessions, and Soviet Union is gone, and 1/3 of the humanity was free.
And Obama has 54%
This is the same
approval
thing
ratings
if
as
you
of
want
today.
to get rid of Islamic extremism, terrorism, the man to get rid of that
Then we need
is
Muslim-
Donald Trump.
Then we need
and
Muslim
that's what's
countries
going
to
to
help.
happen, a repeat
Muslim countries.
of what happened
No.
in 1980.
Muslim countries have to
It's a
take the
report.
leadership.
Same thing is going to happen
Muslim
in
countries have to take the
2017,
leadership.
starting out with Donald Trump.
Right. Well,
Muslim countries have to take the leadership.
No, one second. Tig and Ray Locker. A serious point made here. I don't know. I can't vouch for the point that has been made here by Shalabh Kumar, where he says that Hillary Clinton took money from a person who's linked to the ISI and the Lashkar-e-Toiba. That's what you said?
That's correct. And it's on the
where
record.
are you quoting this information from?
This is from...
No, one second. Where are you quoting this information from?
You want to look at it?
Yeah, go on, show it. What's the source of information? Yeah.
This is the information.
Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Where is this information?
This is World News Politics. Russia shockingly adds Hillary Clinton to terror sponsor watch list. There is a complete article.
Have you heard of this information?
A whole list goes on describing every point, every proof, every sentence, everything is documented.
By the way,
if you want to look at it, you can look at it.
Ray, listen.
Every country has intelligence
Shelley have a
services,
point here.
And ISI also has a job of protecting Pakistan. So be it.
One sec. Ray, does Shelley have a point here? Or is this part of the media
But they should not be involved in terror.
Yeah. One sec.
No,
Ray.
It's not a legitimate point. And I'm not saying that as somebody who supports
Why it's not
Hillary
a legitimate
Clinton.
point?
I'm saying it as somebody
if you take money, we talk about because
there's no
because Trump wants to
hear him, sir. One sec. Hear him, sir. Hear Ray.
No, I think you should focus on the money coming from Saudi Arabia. Much more important.
I agree.
Saudi Arabia is a horrible monarchy that's oppressing women. It's participating in terrorism around the world. There's proof and evidence of this. And Hillary Clinton has no business taking money from Saudi Arabia when she's running a quote, feminist
$25 million
this
Clinton Foundation took from Saudi Arabia. $25 million on the record.
One second.
And this we should focus on.
After
the people of the United States need to know more about this. The fact that the United States has sold more military equipment under Hillary Clinton.
You're talking to India, not America.
$60 billion worth of military equipment to Saudi Arabia in a short period of time. And they were used to attack the people of Yemen, the poorest country in the world.
Americans on
1 minute. Tig, can I say one thing? Here? This is a strange situation. This is a strange situation. No, one second. Ravi, listen. I know you're an argumentative, vocal, very participatory, enthusiastic, and aggressive lawyer from New York.
Saudi Arabia just had a Medina attack. Don't you think Saudi Arabia is now going to get on the bandwagon that counter-terror doesn't work and they're going to wipe it out?
Ravi, listen to me.
You mean in a country that oppresses its people daily?
Can I come in, please? Again, 4 Americans having a go and not letting me have a word. 1 second, wait, please. Gentlemen, please give me an opportunity. You see, the problem is here.
Every country has an ecosystem.
Ravi Batra.
Our constitution is not the constitution of every country.
Ravi Batra, you know something, an important point has been raised here. For God's sake, let me have a word in. Recent Reuters Ipsos poll puts Donald Trump 2 points ahead of Hillary Clinton, as it was found that 39% of the population supported Trump, while Hillary saw 37% backing. I'm quoting this from July 26, 2016. These numbers keep changing. Anyway, the point here is this, that someone explained this to me, and Ray, you explained it to me, because you got worked up on that point. You said it was not a legitimate point. Fact of the matter is, how can we trust? Now, I can ask, we can't trust Donald Trump because there are 180 million Indian Muslims and we don't know whether he's going to let them enter the US and how he's going to track them and what kind of, sort of racial profiling he's going to do of those Indians. Equally, it can be said, how do we trust Hillary Clinton? She's been giving money to Pakistan. She's funded by the Saudis. And we know all that the Saudis do. They only spread Salafi, Wahhabi, Islam, push it into India, pump in a lot of money. They're extremely intolerant. How can a person like Hillary Clinton, if she has taken money from Saudi contacts, or for that matter, anyone who has links with the ISI or Lashkar, I don't know if this is true. How can we trust her?
This is not a litmus test. This is not a litmus test.
Why it is for India? It's a litmus test, Ravi. For India, it is.
No,
it may not be for you, for God's sake.
No, it's not.
It is.
Arnab, for once, I agree with you.
Us it is.
I agree with you.
Doesn't India want better relations with Pakistan?
Ravi, listen, better
don't you want better relations with Pakistan?
Hello, Ravi. You don't have an option.
Don't you want
you
a
have
peaceful
to have good
Kashmir?
relations with us. No, you have to have good relations with us. You're not doing us a favor.
Don't you want? Doesn't India want peaceful relations?
You need us more than we need you. America needs India more than India needs America.
We'll take you. We'll take you as a best friend.
No, you don't need to take us. We think of you. The question is this. Answer my question, Ray. If there are sources and contacts, if in Hillary Clinton's funding, which are doubtful, does that not raise questions of what her approach will be if she becomes president? Ray, 4 minutes on the debate.
No,
Ray.
it does. It totally raises those questions.
Because because politics.
Hey, Ravi, let Ray
There's
speak.
a circuit breaker. The permanent government of the United States is a circuit breaker to the dating game, which is known as the political presidential election cycle. You can't confuse government.
No, 1 second. Let Ray come in.
Okay?
Let Ray come in, for God's sake. 1 second.
Dating.
Ray.
Dating is not marriage.
Here's the deal. You look at her conduct as Secretary of State, you judge whether you think that she was leaned too far on behalf of Pakistan versus India during those 4 years, and judge for yourselves. She was, when we had a major run-up in Afghanistan, we needed the Pakistanis' help. Obviously did things to court the Pakistanis in conjunction with Richard Holbrooke, who was doing the diplomacy in Afghanistan and Pakistan. I know that Holbrooke antagonized the Pakistanis, and he was Clinton's person. So you have to look at that record and judge for yourselves. Did she do right by India during that time? And I think if you
let me ask the panelists another question.
Global Foundation.
Can I ask the panelists a question?
Ray, you have a counter.
Can I just?
No, I'm not countering him. I just have a question. Do you think U.S. aid, U.S. giving of 8 nuclear-capable F-16s, that is what Hillary supported, that's what Obama pushed hard to give country which is having so much huge deficit, that is the United States of America at this point in time, to give something like $600–700 million worth of F-16s, nuclear capable, to Pakistan. Do you believe that was a good action or that was a bad action? And Hillary fully in support of that action.
Good for India.
It's nothing compared to what America is doing with the United States. United States and Indian navies are together in the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. This is simply to tell Pakistan, don't worry, India isn't attacking you.
Don't
worry, easy, relax.
See, I don't. By the way, for your reviewers, you should know that we, Republican Parliament, in the DC, were able to stop it. So F-16, you could celebrate that were not given to Pakistan.
Okay. Now,
yes.
At this stage,
we were part of
recently, anyway, it doesn't matter.
At this stage,
doesn't matter.
At this stage, one last question, Yajan. You keep giving money like this to all politicians, or it's only Trump?
Well, I will say that this is all record. This is a complete record. Everything is open in the United States.
You keep giving money to Trump.
No, the Trump over there, I support my party. I'm a Republican.
I'm sorry.
I'm a Republican.
No, one second. The fact is, why does it? Sorry, can I ask a layman question here?
I like
Can I ask a layman? Can I ask a layman question? Ravi, last question, layman question. If there's one person who doesn't need money, not your money, not any money, it's Trump. Why doesn't he fund himself? Why does he need anyone?
This is American system, Arnab. You have to have, it's not that an American system in an election year, let's say 2016, is going to cost the presidential race $1 billion. It's going to cost the other Republicans, if you combine all the Senate races and all the House races, it's going to be close to $3 billion. Okay, you expect him to take his entire assets and put it into this?
Why not? National service.
Come on.
National service. If he wants to serve the country, let him spend.
Let him spend for the senators and congressmen and all that.
Viewers, this has been a fascinating debate. Tyke Barry, Ray Locker, Ravi Batra, and the man who's continuing to pump more and more money into the Trump campaign. Let's see what happens in November. Shelley and Ravi, of course, thanks for joining me
today, right?
Oh yeah, we got tickled. I got tickled with what you said as well. Ravi Batra, thank you very much. Good talking to you. Thank you for joining in debate number 2 on the Newshour tonight. Thank you.